money is not important, but money is very important to survive in this day and age. If you want to go on holiday, if you can treat your wife right, if you can support your children, put private schooling, if you can give them private education, piano lessons, how are you creating your world? It's all with money. You can have no money and be very happy as well. But where are most problems? You know, we can't go out tonight because I don't have enough money. Why? This is not the life you promised me. Or why can't we do this? Life is going past. Life is short. Arguments create. If money is solved and all these outcomes are solved, then you have a choice. Are we going out tonight, babe, or not? You know, so, and it all stems from your relationship and how you're brought up and how that family dynamic is. Some of us are fortunate to have that, and some of us are not fortunate. Does that make sense?
100%. So what you're describing there is a very traditional way of looking at things, right?
Yes.
Where do you still live by the same traditional values yourself? And where do you think that gets lost? And do people need those traditional values in your opinion?
Yeah. It's different for everybody. We're all brought up differently and we're all brought up with different values. Some of us believe that I'm above a woman, and some women believe we're above a man, and some people would believe we're totally equal. Some believe other dynamics. I'm brought up in a very totally different system, and it's worked for my granddad, my dad, and me. If something's not broken, why do you need to bloody try go and fix it? Do you know what I mean? I'm not going to go and attract a partner who's massively career driven and say, I want to become this, because I've never met a 50-year-old woman who's out there working, high flying job and really happy being single with no kids. I'm used to the lady who's 70-year-old in the corner sitting with 50 men in that room and going, I created all of this. This room is full. I've born all these leaders here, you know, and there's nothing wrong with that. But we also live in a new age where property prices are not 100,000 no more. They're 500,000. And does one income do it? No, it doesn't. You need two incomes. Is it wrong for a woman to work? No, it isn't. You know, she can go out and work and be successful. But you've got to remember the humble beginnings. Like, what is a man and what is a woman? A man is supposed to go out and hunt every day and bring that food home so the family's fed and eaten. And a guy feels good when he does that. A guy sitting at home for 1, 2, 3 weeks, he starts getting depressed, like sitting here. Even the woman gets fed up and going, what the fuck are you doing sitting at home? Well, what are you doing? You get in the kitchen. That's not a good feeling. I'm sorry. It can be a hobby to go and cook and stuff, but a woman can go out and work and still go, I want a family. I'm maternal. I want kids. I want that love. I want grandchildren. I want a son-in-law, daughter-in-law. I want that. And a guy goes, I'm happy to fend for all of these people, but we can still go out and work and stuff, and we can share responsibilities as well. But I don't feel that there should be any competition between a guy and a woman. Do you know what I mean? You just got to respect each other. A guy just needs a 1% more respect from a woman, and he'll give her the world. He gets disrespected, and all of a sudden things start going wrong. It's not a status thing, in my opinion. I'm just stating the obvious of what I've seen. And there is no wrong or right. I'm not opinionated where I hate women or I think women are evil or men are just like, you know, certain different creatures. But we are built different. We are built totally different. You know, men can't compete in women's sports. Women can't compete in men's sport. We have a different strength of power. So there must be a different purpose for both of us. And I'm sorry to say this, but as soon as we're going more and more in the future, I think it's going more and more wrong. We're getting more and more confused. There's more and more mental health. We're going off the tracks. And I believe the more you go back in time, the more the truth is found, because it's more simplicity.
Why do you think that's happening?
It is. I feel we are in a matrix. I do feel that. I mean, you just got to listen to music. The other day I was listening to something over Christmas and I went, hey, that sounds really old. And it was like, hey, this was out in 1920. I'm like, but a remix in 2023. That's 100 years old, that song. I've had flares, like flared jeans on back in the 2020s, grunge style. And my dad's like, they're back in fashion, are they? He's like, yeah. He goes, yeah, back in the 70s, we used to do that. Then I'm wearing skinny jeans next minute. And it's like, they're back in Piper sort of style. They're back in fashion. I'm like, hey, are we in a simulation? Is things just being played again? Is music just keep being played again and a different frequency? And I've even read things on frequencies in terms of things are played at different frequencies, and they control your mind differently to numb your right side of the brain, your left side of the brain. You just got to look around. Being a mentor, sometimes you sit down and you try to go through a plan with a mentee. I just don't understand why I'm doing the same thing over and over again. It's like, who's conditioned you this way? And we all have our different traits. We are all unique. But the basis of what you've been taught of, as soon as I record something for a course and I'll put it on, somebody who's sitting next to me and going, all right, Sean, how you doing? And it's like, this is the course, one of my strategies I teach. And they all of a sudden they're like, school mode. The teacher's talking, I must sit down and listen. It's like that certain conditioning is to a different level. And I'm just the observer. I'm just observing and I'm just like, this doesn't feel right. And I think this is the main difference, that why I broke away, because I had the opportunity that my mum taught me something different, to respect my dad and get me in a shop which was outside of the system. It was an entrepreneurial shop. It was people who came from a totally different system from back home, who believed in totally different respect values, and you just help your dad and price that up, and we receive all of the money, and then we decide what is deducted from this money. We decide how much we pay the tax man. We decide how much stock intake there is, how much VAT we've bought, what's tax deductible, what isn't, and then we pay the. And I was like, hey, school's telling me that I need to work for somebody, and here's a PAYE, here's tax, NI, and then I get that money, and then I buy stuff that's also have to pay tax on. But my dad's telling me we buy stock at wholesale, we sell most of it, some of it's not tax deductible, and we choose, and we give that to the accountant, and we pay X amount of tax. He earns more than me, but paying less tax than me. What am I attracted to? I want to be an entrepreneur right now, But what do? I jump into the fire and I go into an employed job. Yeah, I do a part-time side hustle because my dad wants to teach me, go and work for somebody else, earn money. I'll pass my degree, do what the system wants me to do, but it was affordable that I could afford it at that stage. But then I go into a FTSE 100 company. I'm in Piccadilly Circus, Soho Square, Oxford Circus, all of these areas where I'm doing sales, selling to millionaires at the heart of the world. Do you know what I mean? And you're having a daily meeting, you're having a weekly meeting, you're having a monthly meeting, you're having a quarterly meeting. Once with the assistant manager, once with a manager, once with a area director. It's all different people from different levels, looking with different lenses, different funnels, different things that's affecting their bonuses. And you're thinking, right, what do you need? And the more you make each person happy among that chain, the more money you end up earning. Because if you're hitting their targets, you're hitting your targets. Mm-hmm. Do you know what I mean? And guess what? You're almost your favorite. Sean, get Sean in this room. Get Sean on this seminar. Get Sean to do this presentation. All of a sudden, you're favorite. All of a sudden, you're winning an award. And then you're filling up your pocket, but in the background, you're getting taxed like a bitch. Yeah, you're paying £1,500 on tax. You're paying your NI. You're trying to take your money. You're trying to listen to what your parents are saying and going, what are you doing your money? Put it into other assets, which I did. I bought my first house at 21, bought my second and third at 23, 24. Yeah, in Stratford, East London. But at the same time, you're learning both systems, but you're going, I still have to wake up 6:30 every morning.
So let's talk about this, right?
Yes.
Because for those people that are listening that don't know, how would you define what living in the matrix is like versus a life where you break free from that?
So the difference between being employed and self-employed is what you're asking, is when you're employed, there's always somebody telling you what to do. If you don't arrive on work on time, you're getting a bollocking. Your whole world is upside down. If you're someone employed, you feel that sweat behind your ear when you're walking in 5 minutes late and everyone just goes, welcome. Yeah, and after this morning meeting is over, you're in the office. And it's like, please explain to me why you are not here on time, Mr. Land. And it's like, well, I don't want to hear it.